Hello, everyone. Welcome to our discussion today. My name is Reni Fabiani, and I'll be the moderator for this session. Our topic is: should students be allowed to use mobile phones in class? These days, mobile phones are a big part of our lives. They help us find information and stay connected with others. But when it comes to using them in the classroom, there are different opinions. Some people think phones can help with learning, while others think they might be a distraction. Today, we have four students joining our discussion. They are Hilda Binasti, Rosa Februari, Arta Mutiara, and Adi Nugroho Pangestu. They'll share their thoughts on this topic. We'll listen to each other, ask questions, and try to understand the different points of view. All right, everyone, let's get started. Who wants to go first?
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. Okay, I go first. So, in my opinion, mobile phones should be allowed in class because they provide students with instant access to information and learning resources. With educational apps, online research tool, and also digital textbooks, students can immediately look up for the more additional material to deepen their understanding of the subject. um, this makes learning more interactive and engaging, also effective compared to traditional class where usually teacher write down the material or explain the material by using whiteboards. They have to write the material in whiteboards instead of just share the material on educational apps that they use or WhatsApp group, and it can make a learning more interactive and effective.
You raise a good point, Hilda, but I think there are some potential issues we need to consider. Cell phone can also be major source of distraction. Social media, games, and messaging apps can distract students from lessons. This can lead to reduced focus, decreased productivity, and even an increase in cheating on exams.
I understand your concerns about distractions, Rosa, but I believe mobile phones can be very useful when used in a structured way. For instance, for note taking or research can enhance learning and by allowing phones only during specific activities, so we can limit distractions. And also with clear rules, students can also benefit from the resources on their phones while staying focused on class tasks.
I simply don't agree with you. Mobile phone use can negatively impact social development. Classroom are vital space for developing communication and collaboration skill. And mobile phone can hinder face-to-face interaction between students, isolating them between screen.
Yeah, that's an interesting point, Nadi, but I'd like to ask, how do you see mobile phones stopping students from collaborating when they can actually connect to them more effectively through group chats or collaborative apps?
While it is true mobile phone can help with group chat and apps, relying on them too much can reduce the quality of face-to-face communication, which is important for social development. Working together in person helps students learn skills like reading body language, listening carefully, and speaking clearly, things that phone cannot fully replace. Also, using phone for group work often leads to quick, shallow exchange and multitasking, which weaken discussion. In-person talk encourage more focus and stronger connection, leading to better teamwork. So, phone shouldn't take the place of real in-person collaboration in the classroom.
All right, I understand your concerns, Adi, and I agree face-to-face interactions is important. However, in my opinion, mobile phones can actually support collaborations through, for example, app like Google Docs, where students work together in real time. So, and also another examples like Kahoot can also make class discussions more engaging, enhancing, not replacing social interaction.
I see your point, Hanta, but while apps like Google Doc and Kahoot can indeed help you collaboration, they still don't provide the same depth of interaction as working together in person. Sure, real-time editing is convenient, but it doesn't offer the same level of engagement as face-to-face discussion where students can pick up on tone, emotion, and body language. These elements are essential for building rapport and understand each other fully. Relying on digital tools can sometimes make students more passive, as they may focus more on the screen than on actual teamwork. In-person collaboration push them to be more present and invested in the process.
All right. So we like to conclude. In conclusion, we have discussed that phones provide instant access to learning resources and can make learning more interactive through educational apps and online tools. However, some of us raise concern about phones being a source of distraction and potentially hindering face-to-face interaction, which are essential for developing communication and collaboration skill. Despite this, we also explore how structured use of mobile phones with clear guidelines could limit distraction and still promote teamwork through collaborative apps like Google Docs or WhatsApp. So while there are valid concerns, there seems to be a middle ground where mobile phones can enhance rather than replace social interaction in class.
Yes, Hilda. Cell phone use in class should be allowed by with strict guidelines. Teachers should monitor their use to ensure students remain focused on educational tasks. And there should be clear rules to minimize distraction. In this way, students can take advantage of technology without disrupting the learning process.
Um, yeah, I agree with you both that mobile phones can be distracting if not used properly. And I get the point about needing face-to-face. I think there is a way to make them work in class with apps like Google Docs, or Kahoot, or Quizzes. Mobile phones can actually help us collaborate better and make learning more engaging. So while I see the concerns, I think if we use them responsibly and with clear guidelines, mobile phone can add the classroom experience rather than take away from it. That's all.
All right. Thank you, Hilda, Rosa, Harta, and Adi, for sharing your thoughts and engaging in this discussion. We've heard a variety of perspectives on whether students should be allowed to use mobile phones in class. Some of you highlighted the benefits of instant access to learning resources and the potential for mobile phones to support collaborative work. Others pointed out the risk of distraction and the importance of maintaining face to face interactions for social development. It's clear that there are both opportunities and challenges when it comes to using mobile phones in classroom. While some of you see the potential for mobile phones to enhance learning, and others remind us of the need for balance and structure to ensure that they don't become a distraction. Now, let's take a moment to review the expressions that were used throughout our discussions. So, the first one is opening statements. So Hilda says, in my opinion, phones should be allowed in class. So she uses this this phrase to introduce her for her viewpoint, so which is a common way to express personal beliefs or ideas. And then during the discussion, Hata says, I understand your concerns about destruction, Rosa, but I believe. So um, she uses this to acknowledge Rosa's point, which shows respect before presenting a different perspective. And then Adi says, I simply don't agree with you. So he uses a direct expression to show disagreement, making his stance clear. And then next, Hilda says, That's an interesting point, but I'd like to ask, how do you see? So she tried to ask about Adi's opinion. So so oh my god. So Hilda uses this to acknowledge Adi's argument, showing openness before posing a question. And then next, Adi says, while it's true, relying on them too much can reduce. So this used to acknowledge Hilda's point, followed by a contrasting statement. And then next, Harta says, I understand your concern, Adi, and I agree, however, in my opinion. So she uses a balanced approach by acknowledging Adi's concern first, then introducing the contrasting view. And then the last one, Rosa says, as your point, Harta, but in my opinion, again, she shows that she has considered Harta's perspective before we start restating her own view. And then the last one in conclusion. So Hilda says that in conclusion, we've discussed that. So Hilda uses this to signal that she's summarizing the discussion and wrapping up. So she then refused the key arguments from both sides, using phrases like we've discussed, some of us raised concerns, and despite this, we also explored. Okay, so we've reviewed these expressions during our discussions and highlighted how they helped in making your points clear and respectful. It's been great it's been a great opportunity to understand a different perspective in this on this topic. So I hope this discussion has provided everyone with a better understanding of how mobile phones can impact the classroom, both positively and negatively. Let's continue to think critically about these issues as we move forward. With that, we'll officially conclude today's discussion. Thank you all, and have a great day.